Hey, how's it going? So basically, the async function, async pipe, is only going to work if you assign it to a variable, okay? And it doesn't matter whether the function is global or it's a service or it's local function. It makes no difference, right? So for example, if this, well, I'll give an example. If you just do this, remove the variable, right, and just try to fetch all, run it as a function in here, this is not going to work, right? You see, it's just not going to work. Now the reason for that is because it just keeps fetching, and you can see the problem in here. You see, it just keeps fetching and fetching and fetching nonstop. I think what happens is just it keeps refetching, right? So because there's nothing stopping it, right? So what you need to do is you need to assign it to a variable, right? So we assign the function to the variable, and now now it's going to work. You see? So we had one request and it's working. All right. Now, and it also does not matter because you might think, okay, what I can do is I can just move the function in here and then fetch from the component because it's the HTML and the component are the same, right? They're kind of like a in the same group of Angular, right? Well, not like in the same group, but I'm saying that main component, HTML, and component TS are both the same thing, right? It's still not going to work. I already tried it, right? So the only exception to this rule I found was, I will show you, right? Now I have it in notes. If you have a store, right? If you have a store, and then the store uses, it's called the selector function. Let me find it. I'm gonna pause for a sec and I'm gonna find it 1 second. Okay, so we're back, right? So this, I found it, right? Now, if you create a, so in this case, all store is a select function. I'll show you what it looks like. It's going to look like, I need to go to my store. Whoops, I'm in the wrong place. So this is what it's going to look like, right? So we have this select state type, right? And then honestly, we don't need this. We might actually need this thing, right? Bottom line, right? What's happening in here is that that's the store. So this is our state. And we are basically, let me just remove this so it doesn't get confusing. And we are basically returning all store, right? Standard selector function for the entire store. Now you can use async function on this. So if you just create alias, which is any name, and then it's going to work as if it was a variable. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to work exactly in the same way as I know it's probably a bit confusing, but I'm trying to kind of explain it without doing the actual thing, right? So it's going to run exactly the same way as if it was assigned to a variable like this. See the way like I can just async, create an alias, and do whatever the hell I want with it, right? So the only way you can do that with async is if you assign it to a variable, or it's a function that is select from a store. Then it's going to work as well. All right. Other than that, other than outside the store, you have to assign it to a variable. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. Okay. You cannot put this in here and expect it to work. Okay. Not going to happen. Take care.